Let's start off with the first video. The first video is 12 craziest beefs in the last 10 years. 10 years of beef is a lot of beef, so we're going to check this out. Before we do, guys,
make sure you smash the subscribe and follow button and hype up this video.
Let's go.
Isaiah Thomas hating Michael Jordan and Bird's feud with Bill Laimbeer. But what about beef in the modern NBA? There have been plenty of confrontations in the last decade. And in this video, we'll go over the craziest beefs in recent memory.
Let's see this.
NBA superstar Kevin Durant stunned the sports world yesterday after announcing that he's going to be leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder
Westbrook.
to join the Golden State Warriors.
It was 2016 when Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City for a team that just defeated him in the playoffs. And he didn't say anything to his partner in crime, Russell Westbrook. Russ felt betrayed, which inspired him to make a commercial about it.
Oh,
we don't know about this.
What the hell?
Some make runways.
But if Russ hated Durant, the
I don't know
entire
about
Oklahoma City hated
Some run.
Some make runways.
He's saying KD ran off.
Yeah.
That's savage. That's
funny.
really bad.
him even more. And when Durant first came back wearing a different jersey, the hostility was palpable. Every time KD touched the ball, people booed. And there were hundreds of insulting banners, most notably calling Durant a snake and a cupcake. And when Russ and KD got into an argument in the middle of the floor, the roof in the arena nearly exploded. And then, just a few months later, Westbrook and Durant were teammates again, both representing the Western All-Stars. Durant was even trying to make
Imagine how awkward that must have been for them. The amount of beef they had during that time period, and they have to play in the same team.
Yeah.
That's so awkward.
But Westbrook refused to give him any attention. During the game, Russ and KD finally connected for an alley-oop, which caused a sigh of relief for their teammates and the whole arena. But this brief moment of happiness was short-lived.
That's all that happened. You just do it loud. It's basketball.
In their second matchup that season, when Kanter went to speak with Durant, Russ went berserk.
The official's going to have to step in sooner or later as these former star teammates jawing at each other.
However, over the years, this beef cooled off, and Durant and Westbrook are back to being friends. That's not something we can...
One thing I will give credit to KD, because we were very, we were early in our career of reacting to NBA, so we just went with the stories we heard. We got to give credit to KD in the sense that, one, keeping his cool under the pressure and the amount of people that was on his arse in a way, pause, no diddy. He kept it 100% with the basketball game, and his love for the sport and his ability, you got to give credit.
He smashed it when he went to Warriors.
Yeah, we can't be like, he's, he
sick guy. He had to do what he had to do.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Say about James Harden and Daryl Morey. For the past decade, the marriage between the Beard and his general manager seemed perfect. But in the end, the divorce resembled Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's. See, back in 2012, Morey was the one who insisted on bringing Harden to Houston. He set up the entire roster around his favorite player and his silky skill set, greatly popularizing the three-point revolution we're seeing today. Harden had all the benefits that a superstar can get. He was the sheriff, the mayor, the president, everything.
Harden was sick. He still is.
I literally have done everything that I can. I mean, this situation is crazy. It's something that I don't think can be fixed.
But when the ring eluded the Rockets, the Beard fled to Brooklyn. And when it didn't work out there, Daryl Morey grabbed him and reunited with James. After his first season in Philadelphia, Harden took approximately $14 million less than what he was supposed to get with a player option, so the team could sign veteran forward PJ Tucker. From the outside, it looked like a noble move from Harden. But don't be fooled. James and Morey had an agreement in principle that would sign Harden for a maximum deal in the next offseason, worth over $200 million.
Wow.
But a lot can happen in a year.
That's a lot.
After the Sixers suffered an embarrassing loss to the Celtics in the 2023 playoffs, with Harden playing poorly in clutch moments of the series, many people wondered if Harden still deserved a max deal. And those same questions were bothering Morey, who had...
You know what, yeah? We always hear about, these players taking pay cuts to try and allow more budget to bring more players in. Wade's done it. He's done it. There's been, 3 or 4 occasions. And do you remember Wade, they let him down at the end. They fucked him over.
Yeah.
I feel like every time this happens, they're always kind of backstabbed in the end, which means a lesson to, as selfish as it may be, don't be taking them deals because they never end well.
Yeah.
Clearly, they never end well.
Has LeBron ever taken a pay cut?
Probably not.
Has Curry ever taken a pay cut?
But some players will do it because they want their team to do better. Like this guy promised a max deal for the next thing.
Yeah.
They didn't perform to perform. I'm guessing they're going to be like, you don't deserve it. But it's like, bruh.
Had 2 options. He would either stay loyal to Harden and honor his word,
Curry
he'd
has
do his
apparently.
job and stay responsible for the long-term benefit of the 76ers, who would potentially be stuck with a bad contract and very little flexibility. In the end, Morey did his job and screwed Harden over, not offering him an extension. Of course, Harden was disappointed and angry, asking for a trade. But as the trade options were very slim, James had to show up for the Sixers training camp, where he expressed his absolute disgust for the GM.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's...
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'll be pissed.
It appears James Harden has gotten his wish.
Sources told ESPN overnight the Sixers agreed to a complicated deal, sending Harden to the LA Clippers.
Ultimately, his wish was granted, and he got traded to the Clippers. But it's safe to say that he'll never earn $200 million from an NBA contract again.
Next question.
However, this is not the only notable Harden beef. Before his dispute with Morey, he hated somebody else, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What? I didn't know that.
In 2018, these
What's
two
his
were in the
problem?
middle of a fierce battle for MVP. Giannis had played one of the most versatile seasons in NBA history, averaging 28, 12, and 6, with over a steal and a block per game, and shot 58% from the field. On the other hand, there was Harden, who had arguably the best scoring season ever, apart from a couple of guys named Wilt and Michael. The Beard averaged 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 7.5
Good
assists,
record, though.
including a streak of 32 games with 30 points or more. However, the MVP went to Giannis, and naturally Harden was disappointed, making several comments about the injustice he suffered. But the actual beef started the next season, with a little help from Charles Barkley.
I'm between Kemba and Trae Young.
Wait, you
But I
don't,
gotta
want
go.
you don't want the dribbler?
I want somebody that's gonna pass the ball. That's what I want.
Oh,
Giannis Antetokounmpo
That's
makes
a
a joke
shot.
on the air about, I want to take someone who can pass. I'm taking Kemba Walker instead of James Harden.
I average more assists than him, I think. So I don't see what the joke is. But I didn't even see it. You know, I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I just know none of them can mess with me.
But while this was lighthearted banter, Antetokounmpo took it up a notch when he played against the Rockets.
Rewind that? What the
that was
hell?
a bullet.
What?
Took it up.
Can mess with me.
That was
While
a
this was
bullet.
lighthearted banter, Antetokounmpo took it up a notch when he played against the Rockets.
Offensively, we were just trying to, find whoever James Harden was guarding. That's
That was mad.
Gonna have the opportunity to score on.
Now it became personal, and Harden had to give a rebuttal.
But I wish I could just run and with 7 feet and run and just dunk. Like that takes no skill at all.
Oh, saying if you're 7 foot tall and you're dunking, just run a straight line dunk, there's no skill behind that. Guys, do you agree with that or disagree? Because I feel like dunking under pressure must be hard. And you're proning yourself to injury quite a lot as well.
I mean, we've seen as well when people try to dunk a lot. Sometimes they miss it as well.
There has been missed.
So as easy as dunking looks, people can miss a dunk.
It can be missed.
Yeah.
And we got a video on missed dunks coming up shortly. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's as skillful as like a 3-point shot or something, or doing something else. But I don't think it's not like anyone could just slam dunk.
He's just a hater. He doesn't like Giannis.
I gotta actually learn how to play basketball, how to have skill, I take that any day.
Another pair of current All-Stars had a very fun beef. And thankfully, this one happened on the court
Do you remember this
and
one
not
first?
just through the media.
This one was
In the
good.
2022 playoffs, the Phoenix Suns took a 2-0 lead against the Mavericks. And when the reporters asked about Luka's defense and targeting him in the pick and roll, Devin Booker and Chris Paul looked at each other and laughed.
Bruh, we got a lot of heat just for saying we don't think Luka's that great of a defender. We got so much heat for it. It's like, what, D's not going to get the heat as well now for laughing at his defense, yeah? But we said...
you guys better cuss these two.
We said what people were too scared to say, bro.
I know.
Luka soon proved that mocking him wasn't such a good idea, as Dallas won the next 2 games and tied the series. But the Suns didn't learn, and they had to do it again. In Game 5 of the series, the Suns were winning the game when Devin Booker drove to the basket and got fouled, after which he rolled all over the floor and
Luka mocked him here.
Yeah. After the game, as he was walking out of the tunnel, Luka shouted out Michael Jordan's famous phrase. And Luka was always the one to back up his trash talk. The Mavs won Game 6 in a blowout, but it was only a teaser to an incoming storm. For Game 7 in Phoenix, where the Suns had won every game of the series, they suddenly couldn't buy a bucket. The Suns ended the first half with a 30-point deficit, and Luka scored as many points as the entire Suns team. Before the end of the third quarter, Phoenix was down by
Luka looks so happy.
many
Look at
points
that.
as the entire Suns team. Before the end of the third...
Luke was like, what was you saying?
That was bad.
What was she saying?
Quarter, Phoenix was down by 46 points.
Jason Kidd, Luka, and Spencer Dinwiddie has sucked all the energy out of this building.
It was the biggest embarrassment the NBA has ever seen in a Game 7, and Booker had to eat a big slice of humble pie.
He got
What's the
humbled.
relationship like right now with Devin Booker? It's good.
However, that wasn't the end.
Oh my God.
On March 5th, 2023, the rivalry was reignited as Booker and Doncic got face-to-face once more. After Luka missed the potential game-tying layup late in the game, Booker started to trash-talk Luka, and teammates had to separate them from fighting.
It's fine. It's just competitive game, man. It's all good. Just next time,
good
no
attitude.
It's 3 seconds left to top.
And if there's anyone in the NBA who talks for the entire game, Dillon Brooks is definitely one of those players. And one of the biggest NBA villains. A guy who gets in people's faces, trash talks, and taunts. But back in 2021, he was the one getting taunted by none other than LeBron James. After he made several clutch shots over Brooks, the King gave him a too small gesture, and the Canadian swingman never forgot it. 2 years later, after a game where he and several of his teammates nearly got into a fight with Shannon Sharpe, Brooks was in a revengeful mood, bragging about guarding LeBron. He doesn't want to go left. I was just making him go left all game. Then he would settle or he would pass the ball. But this was just a prelude of more beef to come. As the 7th-seeded Lakers advanced through the play-in to play the Grizzlies, Brooks was brimming with confidence. I don't mind playing LeBron in a 7-game series and knocking him out right away. And after a great performance in Game 2, where he bothered LeBron all night and helped the Grizzlies win, Brooks was again feeling himself.
I don't care, he's old. I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. You know, he's LeBron James. But, you know, when I'm on that floor, you're just another player to me. I don't care who you are.
That's the attitude you need to have, though. Like, if you're up against a legend, you can't be like, oh, I can't play good against this guy, or he's better than me, so I'm going to lose. Like, you have to have that mentality of...
I gotta whoop his ass.
So that he's got winner's mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Said with a deadpan stare, but he didn't stop there.
He's not at the same level as he was when he was on Cleveland, when he won championships, Miami.
As usual, James didn't make a comment, but instead, he made a fool out of Brooks on the floor, who got ejected after a flagrant 2 on LeBron, after which he declined to speak to the media. And in Game 4, James made several clutch baskets over Brooks, again proving that he's the last player you should trash talk to. And Dillon again refused to talk to the press. But the biggest slap in Brooks' face came in Game 6, which the Lakers won by 40 points, sending Brooks and the Grizzlies home.
That's a
and after
big
Brooks
win.
got the 40-piece he was wishing for, LeBron added insult to injury with a funny Instagram post. So it's probably better to add an insult
if you ever
to
see me
fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear. That's good.
Injury with a funny Instagram post. So it's probably better not to mess with LeBron, which Draymond Green found out the hard way. Since he entered the NBA, Draymond has had beef with more than a dozen players. Early in his career, it was Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. But his latest and current ongoing feud is with Rudy Gobert.
Oh, the way he had him in the headlock.
Oh, Gobert. That's how you say his name. I thought it was Gobert.
Yeah, I thought it was Gobert.
Gobert.
In the 2024 season, Dre got ejected for choking Gobert.
This is the one.
After
That's
which he also
iconic.
received a 5-game suspension
That
from
was
the
wild.
NBA. Draymond is now a part-time NBA player and a part-time president of the Rudy Gobert Hate Club, as Green takes every single opportunity to bash Gobert on Inside the NBA.
He don't like
that
it.
Frenchman is sitting on that podium speaking his native language. We need to do this. You need to get a stop. Rudy Gobert is getting cooked.
And he celebrated when Doncic scored the game winner over Gobert in the conference finals and trash-talked his defense against the Joker the series before.
Rudy sucks, not me. What I did
Damn.
anything. What are you going at me for? You did it to them, not me.
You know,
I can't go.
Aye, that's the first time I've seen Charles lost for words.
Yeah,
I know he's listening to crowd,
that's
but you know, he
true.
stumbled there.
Yeah, he did. He didn't know what to say.
I disagree. I disagree.
Maybe Draymond needs a reminder that Jokic gave him 31 points
Jokic
per game
is
on
so
57% shooting
So
when he guarded
good.
him in the playoffs. And it wouldn't be surprising if Gobert got into it with Green in the future. But there's another European center that had beef with Draymond's good friend, LeBron James. Enes Kanter got into it with LeBron on several instances when the Turk was a member of the Knicks. Kanter didn't like James's comments on rookie Frank Ntilikina, suggesting that New York should have drafted Dennis Smith Jr. instead. And when they faced off later that season, it was exactly Ntilikina, Kanter, and Bron who ended up in an on-court scuffle. After
he's taller than Bron. Bron's 6'9". So he's very tall. He's at 7 foot.
Here's one that game. LeBron taunted Kanter on Instagram, saying that he was the king of New York.
Well, I'm the king, my wife is the queen, and my daughter is the princess. So we got all three covered.
Later that season, when LeBron got ejected for the first time in his career against the Heat, Kanter immediately trolled James with his famous hashtag, strive for greatness. He later repeated this tweet several times whenever James had a bad game. But that wasn't the end of it. When LeBron failed to provide comments on Daryl Morey and the subsequent NBA ban from all Chinese media platforms, that didn't sit well with Kanter. Enes tweeted money over freedom, criticizing James and his lack of involvement in social issues, something Kanter has been very vocal about, especially involving the problems in his own country.
If you want to have a real conversation, you know where I live, you know what city I'm in, you know, just come here and we can have a conversation.
Sure, I'd love to sit down and talk to him. I'm sure it's going to be a very uncomfortable conversation for him. I don't know if he's educated enough, but I'm here to educate him. And I'm here to help him because it's not about money. It's about morals, principles, and values. It's about what you stand for.
Wow.
And we can't talk about NBA beef without mentioning Patrick Beverley, who had feuds with seemingly everyone.
He beefed
in the
everyone
NBA.
as well.
Pat's first notable beef was with Russell Westbrook, who suffered a season-ending knee injury in the first round of the 2013 playoffs, when Beverley collided with him in an attempt to steal the ball. After this, they never saw eye to eye and got into multiple scuffles and shouting matches on the floor, and it lasted for years. In 2019, Westbrook mocked Beverley and his defensive reputation.
That Bev trick y'all, man, like you play defense. He don't guard nobody, man, just running around doing nothing.
Oh, yeah,
doing nothing.
First team all defense, but I didn't know what the hell he was talking about because I had 42 at the time. You know, I don't know what he talking about. Maybe he was dreaming of some I don't know.
But now it shocked me because he said he looked up and said, no one can guard me. I got 40 points. I'm like, that's nice. He took 34 shots to get it.
Still got 42 though, regardless.
Yeah, still what?
Yeah.
Still made those shots.
But Pat Bev didn't rest there, and he feuded with other all-star players at his position, namely Chris Paul and Damian Lillard.
People don't understand. Me and Chris, what we have has been going on since I was in high school. You push him, whoa. You know Chris, man.
Pat hated CP3 for years, ever since he was in high school, and that energy spilled over to the NBA, most notably when he made a guest appearance on ESPN.
Man, ain't nobody worried about Chris Paul when he played Phoenix Suns. Nobody in the NBA.
With Lillard, the beef started in the 2020 NBA bubble,
I like Lillard,
when Beverley clapped
Mm.
over 2 of Lillard's missed free throws. He also mocked Lillard's Dame Time celebration, and Lillard responded on social media, calling him a con man, like Flip from above the rim. And Tyrese Halliburton.
But it's funny that everyone's calling him some sort of con. Russell Westbrook said he's tricking y'all, he just runs around, he ain't no top defender. And then now he's calling him a con man as well. When everyone's saying the same narrative, there must be some truth to that narrative.
Do you remember when we watched his blog?
Yeah.
When he was like,
he's kicking off
about
over Trae Young.
Yeah. And then he was saying, you don't know what I went through, blah, blah. Here's me, you thinking he served in war or something. Yeah, the way he was talking. He just played NBA in Europe. That's literally all he did.
Well, we don't know. Well, based on what we learned about him, that's literally basically all he done.
Yeah.
But apparently I think he's a decent player from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And what I saw, but is he overrated? That's another question. I'll let you guys decide that.
Burton shared the same feelings towards Beverley. In the middle of the 2024 Bucks-Pacers series, Beverley severely downplayed Halliburton's playmaking skills.
What have you seen trying to defend Halliburton in this series?
Check the numbers. I think he shoots 19% from the three.
Hallie waited to respond, and once the Pacers took care of business and defeated Beverley's Bucks, he copy-pasted Lillard's con man tweet.
See, everyone's saying
Bev
it.
Didn't rest there, and also has feuds with Austin Reeves, JJ Redick, and lately, even with a reporter who didn't subscribe to his podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Before I finish. You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not.
So you can't interview me then.
Yo! Imagine me asking, like, someone comes up to us, oh, can we take a picture? I'm like, you subscribe to my YouTube channel? They're like, no, sorry, bro, no picture. I'd feel bad. I wouldn't be able to do that.
That's very rude.
Is it that deep?
Who the hell does he think he is?
That's great.
No disrespect.
Jamal is here.
You subscribe? Okay, cool. That's cool.
And while we're talking about
That's
sensitive people,
sad.
we can't forget about Mr. Sensitive himself, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Even in retirement, Shaq can't stand people who stand up to him without immediately mentioning his 4 rings and other accomplishments. The newest member of the Shaq Beef Club is Shannon Sharp, but the most notable example has to be Javale McGee.
Just for old time's sake, can you say his name one time? Javale McGee!
After he repeatedly mocked him on Inside the NBA and his Shaq'd in a Fool segment, McGee responded that he's negatively impacting his career. O'Neal then responded by calling him a bum-ass, and McGee replied that Shaq was an old bastard. It got way uglier after that, with Kevin Durant stepping in to defend McGee, and it ultimately ended when Shaq's mother asked him to stop the foolishness and quit feuding with JaVale.
It didn't get out of hand, but my mother is someone who I love and respect, and she told me to stop it and don't bring it up again.
When the mums gets involved,
talk about it ever again. There's no one ever come out of my mouth ever again.
She's like, Shaquille O'Neal, I didn't raise you like this, all right?
That's probably how it went down.
He's like, yes, ma'am, I will apologize tomorrow. I can imagine that.
That shows he was well raised.
Yeah.
Till this day, the 7-foot giant still respects his mother.
Millionaire.
Yeah, big up Shaq.
Yep.
Of course, Shaq's most famous beef was with Kobe, who also had plenty of disagreements with other players over the years. Other than Shaq and Smush Parker, a teammate he disliked most was Dwight Howard, who never played or behaved up to Kobe's standards. So when he chose to sign with the Rockets in free agency, fireworks were almost guaranteed when they matched up, and Kobe didn't disappoint. After a hard foul from Dwight, Brian exchanged a few choice words with his former center, daring him to do something and calling Howard soft.
Soft.
A very similar beef happened with Jimmy Butler, who didn't like the intensity of his teammates when he was in Minnesota. After he led the young Timberwolves to their first playoff berth in 14 years in 2018, Jimmy grew unhappy with Cat and especially Andrew Wiggins. Their professionalism and playing style rubbed Butler the wrong way, and he wasn't quiet about it. Butler called Towns and Wiggins soft and constantly trash-talked them, highlighted by the infamous practice when Jimmy defeated Cat and Wiggins with a bunch of bench players.
We know about that story.
Emotional, passionate, we like to say, targeting Coach Tom Thibodeau, teammates like Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, that you told GM Scott Layton, you effing need me. How would you describe what happened today?
I saw he banged her as well.
The beef ultimately resulted in Butler's trade to the 76ers. But after he was gone, Jimmy kept talking trash to Wiggins and his brother on social media, forming a now famous phrase, "keep that same energy." And Butler's most recent feud came at the expense of TJ Warren, which started in the 2020 playoffs. The pair got tangled up during the game, exchanged some heated words, after which Warren got ejected, and Jimmy blew him a kiss as he walked off the court. The tension between the pair spilled over into the post-game press conferences, with Butler not mincing his words about his opponent.
He's not even in my league, like nowhere near me. And if I was their coach, I would never put him on me ever again. He's like, no, put somebody else on me, because I'm a Taz every time we play. He's trash.
But unlike most of the players on this list who traded barbs on the floor, another recent beef mostly happened through social media, and it was between former teammates. Kyle Kuzma and Spencer Dinwiddie briefly...
Oh, it's not KD. I thought it was going to be KD there. As soon as I heard socials, I thought Twitter. Twitter fingers.
He shared a locker room with the Washington Wizards during the 2021-22 season. However, after half a season, Dinwiddie got traded to the Mavericks, and he wasted no time to talk smack about his former teammate. After a game against Washington, which the Wizards won after a 30-point night from Kuzma, Dinwiddie played down Kuz's big night.
They're not playing for nothing for real. You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
For them, it's a showcase. They over there trying to get paid. They're not trying to play winning basketball.
Naturally, Kuzma was not a fan of what Dinwiddie said, so he replied on Twitter. The funny thing is, they don't play winning basketball. Kuzma wrote because the Mavs were also out of the playoff picture. But Dinwiddie didn't stop there, throwing shade at Kuzma's focus and work ethic.
I think if we look at, him and the way he approaches life, fame, all that stuff, that we could see that his priorities tend to vary, right? Like, that's why he dressed the way he does. He, approaches basketball the way he does. But in DC, if you got 3 max dudes, Porzingis, Brad, and Kuz, like, how you miss the playoff? Like, none of these things make sense. You know what I'm saying? Unless your priorities aren't in order.
Of course, Kuz was quick to talk back. The Wizards and I have so much real estate on Din Shitty Island. this guy got signed
Dinwiddie. Oh.
by a
What's
team.
it called?
Dinwiddie.
For over $60 million and was traded before the following season was over. What in the world have you won in this league? LOL. You've been bounced around like a basketball, my boy. And last but not least, we have another beef that had nothing to do with basketball. When D'Angelo Russell played with Nick Young on the Lakers, Russell tried to prank Young by recording him when he talked about his romantic exploits, including cheating on his fiancée.
This was one of the reasons I stopped supporting Mavs, because I found out the rat was in the Mavs. And I was like, I ain't supporting a team with a rat inside.
Yeah.
Little snitchy.
Yeah, snitch Mitch.
Say Iggy Azalea.
Oh, that's mad. He was with Iggy as well.
He talked about his
crazy.
romantic exploits, including cheating on his
Mad
fiancée,
young though,
Iggy Azalea.
Fiance.
I'm glad you told my Billy all that.
Not thinking about the consequences and foolishly believing it would all be one big ha-ha, Russell posted the video online, seriously breaching the locker room code and effectively ending Young's relationship with his fiancée.
You thought you had girls. Then you got snitched on. You find out
I mean, it was in favor for Iggy. She got saved.
Yeah, she got saved.
She got saved.
It's not, obviously, he's done the wrong thing. Cheating is not right. You shouldn't cheat on your partner regardless. But the fact he just got snitched on like that by his so-called bro is pretty wild.
That ain't no bro.
God Russell.
Of course, that didn't sit too well with Swaggy P or any of his teammates. The NBA is one big brotherhood, and this was a severe breach of trust. D'Angelo was outcast by Young and the rest of the NBA, and it took a while to get respect back from the league. Thank you for watching Nonstop.
He's lucky he got any respect back from the league. This will be a good video.
Back from the league.
Complicated legacy of Kevin Durant.
Oh, yeah, we should watch that.
Yeah, we'll add that to the list.